Hey, what's up you guys? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Tiffany. How are you? We do anything related to fiber arts on this channel, and today is no different. We are going to be doing a what to get for knitters, or a gift guide for knitters type video for you non-knitters out there. If you have someone in your life who is an avid knitter and you don't know what to get them, I hope that this video is at least a little bit helpful and kind of getting you acquainted with what they might like. And I think even though I'm posting this kind of like too late for Christmas, I think there's always next year. I think you need to start inception planning this, figuring out all the little details that you need to figure out in order to get the best gift for that special someone. A knitter as well, I think this would be a great video if you know other knitters and you are blanking and you want to get them something but not necessarily want to knit them something. So I wrote a list because I'd be writing lists now, and let's get on with it. I don't know if anyone cares, but I'm just wearing the Oslo sweater. I don't think I've ever blocked it, so that's funny. She still looks gorgeous on me nonetheless. So I knitted this with a Knitting for Olive mohair in navy and then a whack finita yarn in the navy. I just want to thank Skillshare for sponsoring this video. If you guys don't know, I've used Skillshare quite a few times already now. They're the largest online learning community for creatives with a wide variety of topics, kind of like illustration, graphic design, photography, music, to marketing and productivity. So there's just a bunch of things to choose from. One of my New Year's resolution is to kind of get better at video creating and filming and editing. So Skillshare is a great resource for you to look for. There's so many videos that you can choose from, just like even like social media marketing and all that stuff like that. A creator I really love is Ali Abdal. He creates so many great videos here on Skillshare. He has this one course called YouTube for Beginners, how to start and grow your own YouTube channel. I've gotten so many questions from you guys kind of asking me how I started my YouTube channel, how I'm kind of even running this whole thing, how did I get confident on the camera and all that. Just like the logistics behind creating a YouTube channel. And so I think this is a really good place to start. It's 4 hours of just really good content. He gives so many good resources, just how to start. I think it's a great way to get you motivated and have different projects to kind of keep you on it. He also has, like, again, all these resources, what you can do, editing, kind of filming equipment, all the things that I feel like are really hard as beginners. So I have a link in my description. The first 500 people can use the link and get 1 month free trial of Skillshare. So definitely go check that out. Again, thank you so much, Skillshare, and I hope you guys enjoy. Not gonna lie, this is gonna require some detective work, okay? So obviously all knitters are different. I think that's the joy of what knitting is the fact that we get to choose our own things and everyone's different. You can customize and do everything you want for yourself. So you really have to know the knitter. First off, if you're seeing these weird little coily things, okay, these things are called hanks. The cool thing about these are that sometimes they're hand dyed by small indie dyers, or they're more like maybe like from a farm type vibe, but there are also other brands that just hold these. You need to look at the label, okay? The label is the number one thing that is going to help you. If you're in someone's knitting room and you see a lot of these things, you are golden. I think you could give them the best gift ever by either gifting them something from their favorite dyer or maybe just getting a gift card. All you have to do is look at the label. This is walk. Look up walk yarn. Another one, this is, just look at the label, the big picture right here, Ancient Yarns. If you see that, you go type that up, see if they have a gift card, bing, bang, boom, you send it over. That person is gonna love you forever. So it's really important to look at the labels, look at kind of what you see the most of, almost like store brands, like looking at Zara, H&M, like Aritzia, like Lululemon. You're just looking at these brands, a nice little gift card to one of these brands to buy, I think is a lovely freaking gift. I think it's a little bit too ambitious to go out and actually buy one of these guys and be like, here you go, I hope you like it, because you don't know the yarn weight, the color they like, the fiber content that they're into. I think it's always just best to go with a nice gift card at one of their favorite stores. If you can't find that, it's too hard, go look for your local yarn store. Just look up local yarn store in my area near me. I bet you they do gift cards there. If you know, if it's too much to look for something specific, going to your local yarn store, getting a gift card, lovely. If you don't have a local yarn store in your area, that's when things get a little hard. I would then say just look around their room and look for brands of yarns. On top of gift cards, I think you can also get pattern gift cards. So I know Petite Knit is a really big designer. I know I hype her up honestly way too much here, but I'm pretty sure she has gift cards that you can give and you can buy patterns with that gift card. My store has a gift card, so tons of indie dyers and tons of like different pattern makers will have gift cards that they provide, and you can just send it to someone's email and give it to them. So that's lovely. We love it. If you want to go like a little bit deeper, want to like really get something really special for that somebody, and not just get like a gift card, I think knitting books, not gonna lie, are the way to go. There are some really cool ones out there that won't like break the bank, but there's also really special ones that I think someone would really appreciate. My number one, not even gonna lie, like maybe make sure that they don't have any of these books. This is probably like my number one book that I recommend to like literally everyone. It's so silly how much I recommend this book. This is the 52 Weeks of Socks by Lynn Publishing, 52 patterns by different designers of socks. So if you know that your knitter is a avid sock knitter, or they've talked about wanting to make socks, or you know, you see them making all these cool things, I think this is a great first kind of book if they like haven't really delved quite into the knitting books. This guy is $20. You can get it off Amazon, you can get it off Indigo. It's like if you're like really in a time crunch and you really got to get it like immediately. It has so many patterns for the price of it, but make sure you're getting this one. They have more 52 weeks series, but those guys are like around 40. So maybe if you know that they have this book, you can always get the volume 2, you can get the shawl version, just kind of add to their collection as well. If you want to do something maybe a little bit more fancy, I would suggest either the Knitting for Olive book, which you can also get off Amazon or Indigo, which has some really lovely sweater pieces. And then also I highly recommend this. I'm going to be doing a review on this later, but this is the Sari Nordland Softly Timeless Knits. I think, again, we have a nice, she's a nice hardcover. She's a really nice, again, coffee table kind of book placement. You can easily kind of just have as decor, but it also has some really nice patterns that I think are really, really worth it. And this book just came out, so like if they haven't grabbed it up and you give this to them, they are going to be so wowed. They are going to be so wowed by you, because Sari Nordland is just such a beloved pattern designer in the knitting community. I would highly recommend this because it's so beautiful. These ones are maybe a little bit harder to get. You'd have to get them either at your local yarn store or online, so watch out for that. Next, I'm just gonna quickly bring these guys in, show you what these are. Okay, so if you see that your knitter has a bunch of these boys, just a bunch of these boys, okay, you need this and this to wind them up efficiently. Yes, you don't technically need either of these things, but they make winding them up so much easier rather than winding them up by hand. Like if you see your knitter taking out the bottom of a chair or 2 chairs to wind this guy, that's an issue. You should have bought these things for them already by now. This is a Swift. It is a wooden kind of plank thing. So she opens up so that you can put this hank on it and you can wind it onto this cake winder, which will kind of make a cake that looks like this. It's easy to knit up from. So if you have a knitter in your life and you don't see either of these things, they don't have either of these things, I think this. One thing's so funny. They'd be like, how do you even know? You'd be like, Tiffany, help me. Tiffany, help me out. She really wanted to help you. This you can get really easy off Amazon. It's about like 20 bucks, if not more. You just attach this to a table and you just wind up kind of yarn you will just wind up yarn into a cake into this little contraption. If you don't see this in their house, if you've never seen this in their house, this is a great handy tool. I know some people, I'm not gonna call them out, who don't have either of these things and will just physically they will with their hand, wrap it around their hand to create like a ball, and that is just not efficient. I just, like, honestly, getting one of these and these really just like makes you want to knit even more. These guys go a little bit more expensive, so if you're really wanting to treat your knitter, I definitely would say these are really fun and really practical, and I use it all the time. If you have a knitter who is, you know, constantly knitting, loves a good hand-dyed yarn, and you've never seen this, if you've never seen this, okay, kind of hard not to see one of these. Okay, it's gonna be really hard not to see one of these. You have to get them something beautiful. But also, just remember, always get a gift receipt, because you never know. Someone could hide it, never show it to you, and never talk about it. Not gonna lie, Etsy is going to be your absolute friend with this one. I think if you want to get something that's like really cute for someone who knits in your life, is either kind of looking for, one, project bags. They're really nice to just hold your projects in, not just a bag, but it's kind of just like a thing to keep all your knits in. Ones that have kind of pouches for you to keep your needles and all your little trinkets and notions. There's a bunch off Etsy, but again, I will highly suggest looking at Petite Knit. She has some really nice project bags that I know people like fawn over, and they are quite expensive. She has some beautiful designs out there for project bags that I think that anyone would love. Again, you can look at Etsy, you can look at your local yarn store. Usually they'll have a section where they have non-yarn items, like just shopping, just any sort of trinket. And so project bags are always really nice to receive. So again, here's some pictures, here's some examples, things that you can be looking for. Just to get a general vibe, I'll try to link everything in the description, but they're super beautiful and they're really handy. And if you see that your knitter also has like a ton of just like yarn kind of flown everywhere and on the floor, project bags are also really nice to keep I guess to keep all the yarn in. Likewise, you can get like a really big basket. So I'm thinking like a nice big basket is also really funny. I have this one from IKEA. I love it so much. I have it, it's this one. I decorated it with like these tassels, but like, not even gonna lie, it's like a funny gift because it's just like a really nice place to put all the things that you're knitting into one place. Back to Etsy though, stitch markers. Stitch markers are really cute. Think again, looking on Etsy, you can find like a bunch of them and you can buy them based off of the taste of the knitter. They're fairly priced and they're handmade. You know, any sort of like notions or any sort of little trinkets, maybe like even a little sewing scissors, like sewing pouch, stitch markers, like a little case, like all these little things I feel like would just be really nice gifts. I know that I can always have more stitch markers. I'm always kind of running out and like constantly looking for things to use the stitch markers. Like I'll literally use my rings because I just can't find one on hand. So just buying a bunch of them, buying cute ones, it's always fun to look at, and you always need to keep track of your knittings. Next is a needle case. I love little like needle cases and stuff. It's just really nice to keep all your like knitting needles in one place. Sometimes people have like actual full sets, but I also buy like interchangeable ones. So kind of like a needle case like this. This one is a set, so it comes with everything you need. It just holds all these interchangeable boys in them and they're all in one beautiful place. But I do have kind of random ones here and there that aren't in sets that I would love to kind of have in one place. So again, knitting cases are really cute gifts. You can get ones that are handmade, which are also so freaking adorable. Another really cute thing is a yarn bowl. So yarn bowls kind of are just a normal bowl. It's just a bowl that kind of has a kind of cut or a slit in between, kind of can be coiled or can be whatever, but you put your ball in there and you pull the thread through, and it allows you to knit without the yarn kind of coming out or rolling around and stuff like that. I don't have one, but if someone wanted to treat me to it, I think I would really love them for that. Again, a bunch of cute ones on Etsy, creator on Instagram that actually hand makes really specific and really cute animal faced yarn bowls, and they always sell out, but I have always wanted to get one. So, and it just looks like this. It's so freaking cool. I think anything like that, maybe even getting like one, like a yarn holder, if you've seen those. It has a base and like a peg, and you put the yarn in so it can roll. Even getting like a yarn holder that you can hold on while you're walking. I've seen those a lot. I'll put a couple examples here. So if you know a knitter who likes to walk a lot and likes to walk and knit, and they, you know, I don't know how they would do it besides like putting it in their bag or something. It's just a little thing that you attach to your arm, and you can keep knitting while you're walking. Like say you're out and you're in a cafe and you don't want the yarn to just be like coming out of your bag, and you don't want to put it on a table because there's a chance that it might get on the ground. Like these things are just really handy to have, but are treats in themselves that not every knitter has. Yeah, so just a couple websites that I think are really helpful if you're like looking for things. So like Knit Picks, Hobby, Wool Warehouse, maybe a little janky, but you can find really good deals there. Maybe like Lovecraft and like websites like those, they have a great catalog of items that you can get and kind of just like get ideas from there. Another thing that I low-key think is really cute is like knitting merch. So anything that has like a knitting pun to it, like a knitting kind of phrase, I think is always really cute. Whether that be stickers, whether that's like shirts, like sweatshirts, pants, kind of things like that, I think are always kind of funny gifts. I've seen like yarn mugs, maybe like tote bags, kind of those types of things. I think are really nice to just kind of subtly show off that you're a knitter. I think I would freak out if someone gave me a gift like that. Or if your knitter goes to yarn conventions or like festivals and kind of like things like that, you can volunteer to go with them. Me and my friends went to like a billion warehouse sales just for fun, and we would like get each other things that we would put down. So like I would be like, oh my gosh, I love this so much, and then I would put it down, and then my friends would grab it and then buy it for me, and that's what we did for Christmas, and it was so funny. So I think if there's like a yarn festival or convention that's happening soon, just go with them. If they see yarn, they're like, oh my gosh, this is so pretty, but it's just too expensive, and they put that down, you just be like, oh, okay, wait a little, say, oh, I'm going to the washroom, go buy it, hide it, and give them as a gift. And that I think is literally like the funniest thing. I think it would just make such a funny surprise. I hope that was helpful. I hope you guys got some ideas as to what to get. Again, I think all it really takes is you to kind of do a little bit of investigation, and you can kind of figure out what they like. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, or push the notification bell if you want to be notified next. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!